None of this is really about Donald Trump. I just watched.
I wish there were a way to get rid of that son of a and get in a great president, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen, and I don't know how much he's going to continue to foment hatred. We have a guy running this country who has unearthed a lot of bigotry and a lot of rape, and it seems to be more virulent than ever. So, yeah, it's strange how it seems like we're going backward. And yeah, I wish that there were a way to...
Yes, everyone is reporting this video on X. This Hollywood actor thought this was a good idea. He's about to find out. This is insane. No matter how you hate someone, you should not do this. I saw this video, I was disgusted. Like, I don't always like to talk about Hollywood, but when I see it, I just want to show you that is not really our concern on this video. This lady said something very important. Take a look at this.
Barack Obama yesterday went onto an airplane. It was an honor flight, and he gave a rousing speech to the veterans, many of them on the last years of life, gave them this big to-do, how much he loved them all. An honor flight is set up a year in advance. Basically what it is that men who served in wars way back, they will be put on a flight with other men who served. It's all paid for, and they get toured around the memorials. They will just weep and cry as they read the names of people who died, but at the same time, the patriotism. I mean, it is amazing. So Barack Obama yesterday gets all the headlines. Trump doesn't get headlines. He doesn't get anything about, laying reefs at the unknown soldier, nothing like that. It's total flyby by the mainstream media. What the media fails to tell you is that the last time Barack Obama dealt with the honor flights, I was working with Fox News. Barack Obama had shut down the government, and honor flights that had already been set up and paid for a year in advance with men who maybe had months to live. When they landed and they got on their bus, the Obama administration would not allow them to go to the memorials. The Obama administration would not allow them to get out of the bus and walk around. Some of these men traveling, from as far as Oregon and Maine and Michigan to come down to Washington, D.C., or their families making arrangements to come down to be with them. He blocked them all from coming. And then to make matters worse, when the veterans got so pissed off with this, other veterans who were younger, they took the barricades, they walked them to the White House, they threw them in front of the White House, and what wound up happening? I was right there in the middle of it all, capturing it all on Fox News.
Yes, when you take a look at this video, this lady posted the height of hypocrisy that Barack Obama has reached knows no end. You are no longer relevant. A lot of people are questioning, like, why is this man always forcing himself to be on the news? These are things that the president is supposed to be doing. I understand with the military, they are not into politics. But what Obama is doing every single time, he will always try to be in the news. That has been the case. And a lot of people are noticing this. The other day, they were celebrating the Veteran Day. This happened. I saw this video. I didn't want to react to it until it started blowing up on social media, criticizing him. Like, please, we don't want to see you again. We are tired of you. That is what I see on social media.
Because, first of all, one of the things that happened was the Smith month, right? So during the Obama administration, when they made it legal to use propaganda on American citizens, that blurred the lines of truth and reality for all of us, forever. And unless that is somehow or another rolled back, and I don't see any effort or any desire to roll it back, we're always going to be stuck in a situation where it's absolutely legal for intelligence agencies to lie to us in the interest of national security.
Yeah, that's where we are for sure.
Using that during Kamala Harris's campaign, I was like, that's great. You know what he said.
Yeah.
You must know.
They cut it up.
But why would you sacrifice what's so valuable? is like your stature and your integrity. Why would you sacrifice that for someone who just probably wasn't going to win anyway?
Right. I mean, I don't know if it's money or if it's some sort of oath or if it's intentional, whatever, but like that stuff's so dangerous.
Yes, this was Joe Rogan 2 days ago calling out Obama. There are a lot of things that people are noticing about Obama recently. If you have been following the news or this channel, you realize I always put out videos about all the events, things like this. When Trump traveled to the Middle East to sign the deals on the peace, Obama came on social media and did something. People started talking about him just to deviate people's attention away from what Trump is doing so people can focus on him. That has been the strategy. And it is not working because people knows what exactly he is doing. Crazy, right? And the Democratic Party at this time, they are in chaos.
None of this is really about Donald Trump. I just watched Scott Jennings, like his podcast. He was posting clips about it. And he was talking about how there's a lot of infighting within the Democratic Party since the government reopened and that whole debacle. But more importantly, he played a clip of Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders said something to the effect of this. And he said, the American people want us to fight. The American people want us to fight against Trumpism. And I don't know, maybe I need to make a podcast called like Common Sense Podcast if no one has already like done that. But the first thing I thought, the first thing I said was, this is rich. This is very interesting that he says the American people, because the American people overwhelmingly duly elected Donald Trump to be commander-in-chief, to head the executive branch, and to be president of the United States. He won the popular vote. He won every single swing state. The House, the Senate. I mean, the majority of Americans wanted this. The majority of Americans voted for the policies that Donald Trump is enacting. And so my thing is to keep saying you want to fight against Trump and you want to fight harder against what he's doing. What you're saying is you want to ignore the democratic process. You want to ignore what the American people wanted, and what you want is more important. See, if you really care about the democratic process, you would take your L and say, you know what? We need to go back to the drawing board, re-strategize, change our messaging, maybe change our policies first and foremost, maybe like make some changes to who's spearheading our party and who's out there in the forefront. There's a lot of things that I thought they were going to do with how badly they lost the election. And in essence, they're just doubling down. And now they've resorted to this like intense gaslighting.
She said it, gaslighting. That is exactly what the Democrat Party is doing. You saw Obama during that campaign, gaslighting, doing the same thing. At this point, I'm literally tired, seeing this happening. I want to appreciate people that are constantly supporting me, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. There is something I want to address. If you've watched my videos, you always see I put on short clips at the end of the videos. I had a problem on this channel. They hardly recommend videos. So YouTube is very difficult if you actually don't understand how this platform works. So as I usually just pick up clips, viral clips like that, maybe just compile it, put at the end in case they can pick it on. That is one of the reasons I do that. So please, always bear with me when you see those short clips. You can skip.
Over 40, he beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
He beat Joe, he got lost to Joe Biden.
But not in West Virginia.
No, he still won by 40 points.
Right.
This let me know one thing. This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
And that was my first instinct to have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us. It's like
history. Wait, when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah.
President Obama is blatant censorship.
Because, He says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC
want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Well, Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how...
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Peggy D.
Many were surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing and...
Yeah, well, I didn't really have that choice.